Hey guys, it's Alex again. Sort of been a little tired lately, so I haven't been doing as many videos, but I will definitely try to pick it back up. So we've got two topics today that I was thinking about doing. Number one is stereotypes. I also wanted to dabble a little bit into entertainment. So I really dislike stereotypes, and on multiple levels, because I feel like stereotypes are just a way to sort of classify people without getting to know them. I mean, visually somebody can fall into a certain stereotype, like it can be like, oh, that emo kid, or oh, that scene kid, which I've heard a lot. But, I mean, once you get to know me emotionally, I really don't fall into any sort of stereotype. I mean, hopefully each person is their individual self, you know? They don't have to fall into a group to be identified. And I think certain people that try to identify with groups just are doing so to try to become part of some social structure. It made me really think about it when I was talking to my little brother today. He's in middle school in 8th grade, and he's sort of juggling between a bunch of different social places, as people usually do in middle school. He's sort of halfway between jock and band nerd. And that's an interesting place to try to figure out who you want to be at that age. He just signed up for classes for high school, and my mom was getting on his case because he isn't signed up for band, and she's all stressed out that if he doesn't make the soccer team, he won't be in a group. And, I mean, I can sort of see the pluses and minuses on both sides. I mean, one, you kind of want to associate with some group of people so you have some sort of friend basis without going out individually to different people and being, hi, will you be my friend? So, I mean, I guess I can sort of see that side. But at the same time, it's almost required that we fall into some sort of social category. You know, whether it be, you know, the jocks, the nerds, the stoners, whatever. You're sort of required to take on one of those to have any sort of friend basis whatsoever. I mean, what I noticed in high school, at least, was basically everybody had their own individual category, and if there were small enough categories that they weren't large enough to group together, they sort of just bunched together as all the oddballs. Being one of the kids with weird hair at the time, I sort of fell into that group of oddballs, and I can't say that I disliked it. It's just, it's interesting to think about that, you know, the sheep, the herd mentality type thing, and how it directs you to go towards being in some sort of stereotype almost. And on top of that, it almost encourages you to meld to other people instead of having your own views. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that I could say is when I finally went to private school again, that's a long story, but again, for my senior year of high school, I was really my own person by then. I didn't need anybody to tell me what to do or who I was. I knew what I thought, I knew what I wanted, and, you know, nobody in the world could stop me. And I remember at one point it was a big thing about drugs, and everybody was doing it, and we were hanging out in a group, and somebody goes, hey, you know, you want to smoke? And I was like, nah. And it blew everybody's mind holes wide open that I had just said no, and that it's okay to say no. It's sort of like whatever is socially going on at the moment and is most popular is sort of required to be the norm. And I like to think that I blew that one out of the water and gave a bunch of people the idea in their head that they could do whatever they thought was right. It's one of the things I'm really big for, is stand up for what you believe in and know why you believe in it. I love having political conversations with people who have opposing views of me, or opposing views from me, because if you know why you feel a way, I will respect the hell out of it. It's the people who want to follow blindly and not know why that really bug the crap out of me. I'll tell sort of both sides of that story for a second. First up, my grandfather's a perfect example. Like, he's perfect right-wing. That's exactly anything he listens to. Like Fox News, he's all over it. He's Catholic and is convinced Obama's a terrorist and trying to destroy our economy. And I'm like, okay, well, why do you think that? Well, he just is. Okay. You have any proof at all? No? Okay. On the other hand, I had a Spanish teacher my senior year in high school who was also really heavy right-wing, but she knew exactly what she stood for and why she stood for it. And that was big for me. I mean, it really made me sort of realize I could argue my points and not get mad about disagreeing. You can disagree and not be angry. I mean, nobody says you have to be angry when you disagree. And I think that's a big misconception. So yeah. With all the serious news out of the way and sort of discussion base out, I wanted to just sort of get a feel of what you guys were excited for as far as movies and stuff coming out. I know that I've been sort of playing catch-up with a few movies and looking forward to a few movies. Iron Man 3 most notably coming out that I'm excited about. Also, Hangover Part 3, it looks like it's going to be pretty funny. I also didn't get a chance to see The Great and Powerful Oz and wanted to know if anybody had any recommendations for it or words one way or another on it. I just ended up watching Green Hornet last night, and it was a good movie. It was a good superhero movie, but I feel like that some of the writing was poorly done. It felt like, you know, some things were just a little too corny and the characters are just a little too over the top. A little more work on it and I would have been a lot happier. Next up, on the green note, I got Green Lantern coming my way, which should be interesting to see how they mix in comic and movie. It's always interesting to see how people interpret it. I mean, because everybody has their own ideas as to how it should be. But with DC having released Green Lantern as like the gay superhero, it's kind of interesting because some people shy away from it, some people don't. You know, go for a traditional one. I'm not really sure what I'll see here, but I hope I enjoy it, and it's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite DC characters, so should be interesting. While I hop off my X-Men tangent for a little bit. So, what are you guys excited about? What's coming up that you want to see? What past that you liked? Just let me know down below, and really appreciate you viewing my videos and sharing and liking and subscribing. Makes me feel good at the end of the day looking at the video and knowing that I got through to somebody. So, you know, comment and let me know what you thought. And I will see you later.